Hey, antagonist. How are you doing? Welcome back yourself. No meetings today? Alright, so less meetings today. That's good. Some more quiet time to actually sit and work. Oh, canceled in the sense that like people are like taking a week off, or just because of Thursday being Thanksgiving that all Thursday meetings are canceled or something? Oh, you get Friday off too. Nobody wants to work anymore on Wednesday. They're just like mentally prepping for all the food that's going to be there on Thursday. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I was actually wondering because I was planning on handing in something for a deadline on Thursday. But it's for like a company in the States, so I was like, wait a minute, do they even work on Fridays? Not that I wouldn't like hand it in because I just want to be done with my deadline, but I remember saying the same though, like from office days just before a holiday. It's like everybody's so distracted and making arrangements for the days after, and you're just talking about like what you're gonna do. That's true. They might technically be open, but oh well, it doesn't matter. I had some padding in there anyway for feedback time, so I don't care. They can enjoy Thanksgiving all they want. For all I care. I'm gonna be out of office Friday anyway, so. My sister is having her graduation ceremony, but it's like in a city like 2 hours away, and they have the graduation ceremony in the morning at like 9 or 10, I think. So it's my parents said, you know what, we're gonna travel there like the evening beforehand because we're not gonna sit in the car at 7 a.m. to be done at like, I don't know, 11 probably. Are you excited for Thanksgiving though? Got nice plans? Watching football? Eating a lot? Okay, we can shake hands on that. I've been to a football match once actually, but that was like we were in the States, you know, so I wanted to like experience it at least once. But I understood so little of like the actual game that I kind of like I went to the bathroom during I think like the last run that they did. I don't know what it's called, but you know, like the last run with the ball or something. I was like, oh well, it's gonna take a while still, and then I came back and the game was done. I was like, it's done? What just happened? Oh, nice. So it'll be a day of hanging out. I hope the house is big enough. Why did you go? Just to like see what it was like, or with friends? Oh, 9 or 10. Okay. So you, yeah, I was gonna say you got taken. You were took there. So they didn't stick. I kind of like the atmosphere of the game though. Like, um, European sports can get very. I mean, soccer. I think mostly. I'm not sure about other sports, but um, people can get very. Um, on the one hand, cliquey, and on the other hand, also like very, like aggressive and fanatic about their teams and stuff. And that's like way more mellow in the States, I think. I actually like our team. We went to Pittsburgh and our team was the Steelers. But I was wearing like a red and black scarf, like a really big one, because it was super cold, and that was my way to like stay warm when we were in the States when we were traveling. And so when I think no, Steelers won, the black and red team lost. And people actually like walked by me when we were leaving the stadium and said, "Well, better luck next time." And I was like, "What? Oh, I'm wearing those colors, yeah." Yeah, I didn't even realize. I was just focused on staying warm because we were high up and it was probably like October, November. So we were all in like thermal wear and as many layers that we can find. Aw, man, that's cute though. How old is your kid? If you don't mind me asking. Honestly, clothes on kids, it's just the cutest. Like uniforms on kids. Oh, okay. Yeah, my nephew's 7, so I can imagine that it's tough for him to sit through a game like that. They watch a lot of Formula One, like my husband with his family, and my nephew also just always like goes off to play. Like he's interested in Formula One, and he likes racing in like a sim racer that they have. But he doesn't really have the patience to actually like sit and watch. Oh. How about now? That was okay. Well, I'm trying a new thing today. If you still like hear my voice twice, then let me know. But I have. So I'm still eating a lot, and I feel. Oh, whoops. Hold on. Hey Rick, you get a double welcome today. I hate audio problems so much. I never know how to fix them. It's so weird because I feel like I changed nothing. Compared to like 5 seconds ago. Okay, well, I mean, I just like unplugged and replugged my microphone. But I can't remember. I can't figure out what else I could do to try and fix it. The only thing that I'm trying, yeah, exactly, turning it off and on again. So I have like the mute like map to one of my mouse keys just to, I just feel like very self-conscious about eating because I know I get so annoyed by eating noises and stuff and like ASMR stuff. So I would hate to like scare off people who have the same issue from my stream. So I do want to eat, but I don't want to sit here chomping away in the microphone. So I just like put the mic on a quick mute button. But that's the only thing I changed. Anyway, we were talking about 7-year-old kids not being able to sit through a sports game, which I totally understand. Well, I mean, not like I watch any actual Formula One. Like, I know the names of a lot of the drivers, but to actually sit there and focus on the people driving, I do not do that for 2 hours. If I have an iPad there on my lap or something, then I'll sit there, but so Rick, how you doing? You got the special double welcome. Antagonist, do you do all those things at the same time though? I feel like a lot of people nowadays like have that issue with just doing the one thing at one time. Like even when I'm watching Netflix, I feel like compelled to pick up my phone and like start doing stuff, which I do not like about myself. Oh, I can relate to that, Rick. Yeah, I thought you were like booked solid for like the rest of the year. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, Rick. Those phases suck. I had that a couple weeks ago where I had like 2 or 3 projects in like a weekend where I got like inquiries and then they disappeared again because they ended up like going with someone else just because I hadn't like responded quickly enough or something. Which I was like, Jesus Christ, people, it's like a weekend. Let me have a weekend off. And then a couple days later, I got like enough work to fill my whole month, so it turned out okay, but Oh yeah, antagonist. To your point of like not doing like video games and TTRPG at the same time, I saw a screenshot from someone on Twitter, and they were like, "Yeah, people look at me weird when I say I want like a fourth screen or something." And I don't understand how people can work with less than 3 screens or whatever. So they posted like a screenshot. I'm not even sure if it was a joke or not, but it was a screenshot of their thing, and they have like a TTRPG, like a Roll20 screen open, looking up reference or rules or whatever, like a rule book for the screen, a video game like Hearthstone or WoW, I think, drawing stuff, and then something else, and it was like, how are you even playing World of Warcraft and TTRPG at the same time? Like, I don't get it. How would that even work? Oh, no, I haven't. What is that? Is it like a Kickstarter but for comics? Huh. Oh, hold on. Let me make a note. Hold on for 2 seconds. Yeah, exactly. I was going to open my note software, but I didn't want to do it on stream in case you see all my NDA notes. Find my comic. Actually, hold on. One more thing. Let's have a look real quick. Oh, okay, it's opening on the other screen. Good. Let's see. My comic. Come on. It's a blank website. I guess they're trying to be the Kickstarter replacement, yeah. Huh. You have. I mean, I'm not surprised. Honestly, I feel like comic makers are... Oh. Wait, are you still hearing me? That's why you're hearing me double. Because my mic is supposed to be on mute, but it's not. This is interesting. Hold on, let me try and fix that, because confusing. All right, and can you hear me now? Okay, good. Then I think I fixed it. Oh, much louder in a good way or a bad way? Okay, good. I think we're back to like the original settings. I was messing around in the audio things, and I think I put like the mic on the wrong audio track. Anyway, technical stuff, I guess. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right. The comic thing. Yeah, so I feel like, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I feel like comic makers are some of the most overworked, underappreciated, unrealistic type of artist out there. Probably because of like the way the industry is treating them, but I've gotten in a discussion with like a comic Kickstarter guy before, and you know, like the expectations they set for themselves and then can't meet, they bum me out, to say the least. But yeah, in that sense, I'm not surprised that they like try to set a goal for themselves to like, I don't know, fulfill a whole graphic novel within 6 months or something. You know, when it's like 200 pages or whatever, it's like, well, it's going to take 2 years to draw. So why are you setting yourself up for failure? But that's just one of my pet peeves for artists in general. So I can go on and on and on about that. Which is why I usually just back creators that I like know and trust, not like personally per se, but just like I've seen the way they handled their projects, and you know, I've seen the way they handle production, I guess. I've had some beautiful comics though from Kickstarter. But yeah, usually I'm pretty selective about what I back. I'm not really the type to like go on Kickstarter and then just, oh, let's see what's out there. Let me like go spend some money. I've actually done that. I think I've actually done that once or twice where I just like came across a creator that I hadn't really like known before, back them. Oh no, that was what was it called again? Well, maybe I should name and shame. But there was this one big, like, pretty big company, pretty reputable company actually, that like did a horrible job with their fulfillment. And I am never ever ever backing a Kickstarter of theirs again, because holy moly, they did not handle that well. Not the fulfillment, and not what came after. Yeah, exactly. Which, you know, I get that. Unless people like really know you already, it's a pretty big risk, I guess. Though I will say that I've been considering doing the Kickstarter the other way around for like the next D&D D&D dress up pack. Or just to say that I'll like choose a thing, make some sketches, or make like one variation, and then do the Kickstarter before I actually start producing the rest of the pack. Just to prevent me having to like put in so many hours that I actually can't afford to lose to other work, or to like unpaid work, I guess. And to see if there's like enough enthusiasm for the pack in the first place before I actually start producing it. Which is different for me because it's like a digital product, right? So most of the investment for me is like actually the time that I put in. I don't think I'd do it that way, or actually I'm pretty sure I wouldn't do it that way for a comic. Because I'd be too scared of like production lines fucking up. Like, what if you still have to finish the comic and then production costs change, you know, after the Kickstarter or something? That's what I can't imagine happening. Like, you're thinking that it'll take like $10 or something to produce like a graphic novel book, and then 2 years later, when you've actually finished the freaking thing, it's gone up to like 20 or 30, and then you're like losing money. That's what happened with do you guys know Iris Compete? Oh yeah. And so do you remember like how long there was between the like backing the Kickstarter and actually them being done with production and sending out? Okay, so Iris Compete, hold on, Iris Compete. She makes phenomenal work. It's all like, her thing is like Fairies of the Fault Lines. It's really beautiful. It's all watercolor. So she did like a Kickstarter, which was hugely successful, like super duper successful. But by the time she was actually like sending out the books, the shipping quote had like changed completely, and she actually lost money on the Kickstarter because shipping had changed so much. Yeah, it's really cool work. You should check it out if you like that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was, now, like, she's got it figured out now in the sense that, like, she's working with publishers, I think. So she's not doing, like, that production of the book herself anymore, and they're taking all of that off of her hands. So she can just focus mostly on the art, I think, right now. So it was, like, definitely a learning experience and something friends use as like a cautionary tale, like mind your financials, because that stuff can happen. Oof. Well, at least you got the PDF copy already. The book I backed, they sent out the PDF copies later than the actual physical copies, because they were figuring out like the DRM. And they were like putting a lot of security on it so it wouldn't be copied. So they came up with a solution where you have to like decrypt the PDF every time you open the book, which took like, I don't know, a couple minutes every time you want to open the book. Yeah, that was insane. I never used the books. Like, I backed them, but I never used the books. Right? That's the thing. I guess they were hoping to, like, invest this one time and then be able to use it for like further publications, but it just sucks so bad. They got so many complaints about it, and they were like totally unapologetic about everything. It's like it would have gone like such a long way if they'd just been like, oh yeah, oops, we lost sight of like our customer experience. We'll do it differently next time. Nope. They were just like, we need to protect our work. It's like, I get it, but not at the cost of making like a book that doesn't open for 3 minutes. Oh, okay, maybe a minute. Still, it's too long. So do you remember like Antagonist, what the actual estimate, or what the estimate was when they did the Kickstarter? Because you're saying like delayed another 6 months. Honestly, I would be fine with like a delivery date of 11 months as long as I knew like beforehand, Like, I understand things take time, especially with the Kickstarter, and you can't like order stuff until you've actually got the funds and then it's got to be like shipped overseas and whatever. So it's going to take a while, but I just need to know beforehand. Oh, okay. Honestly, I do think like getting the PDF is like a nice solution to a lot of those things. Like I backed a Kickstarter. Were we talking about it, or was that Yithian? Where it was called like Little Game Masters, where it's like a D&D campaign thing system for like kids. And I backed it and I just got like the PDF because I wasn't like gonna get that stuff shipped to me from the States. I don't need that. Oh, really? Yeah, that is pretty cool of them. So was it like a TTRPG thing, or was it a like a book, like a fiction book? I mean, it's also just a matter of like inferring like who. I mean, yeah. I guess you could give like a manuscript of a fiction book. But I think a lot of writers wouldn't. They're more precious about like the prose, which makes me think like they wouldn't want to send out a PDF to a bunch of Kickstarter backers without like having an editor go over it and pick out like all the, I don't know, double words or something that they maybe used, or like spelling errors and that kind of stuff. I don't even know. Honestly, like the only TTRPGs that I mildly know are like D&D and like Pathfinder. And then you guys educated me on The Witcher and oh no, I think we were talking about that last time with like Rick and Yithian. Where there was like, I think this like film noir kind of. Okay, so it's also like a kind of like a beta testing, open beta testing thing. That's kind of nice. Also smart. Oh, I didn't get to tell you this last time. We ended up playing The Witcher RPG like a couple weeks back. The one-shot thing. Yeah, I remember like last stream I was like I think Yithian and Rick were there, and I was like, oh no, Antagonist isn't there, and I can't tell him that we played it. No, actually, I think it was a very vanilla playthrough. We all had to like really wrap our head around like the combat system, because I was like, I knew D&D by that point. So it was like, what's all this rolling to see where you hit people? And then people were pretty, I'd say, like conservative at first with like their stamina points and stuff. Because they were, because the regeneration of that stuff is pretty slow, as well as healing. But then, like, we saw that, it was a one shot, and you had like a lot of stamina points, so people were like, oh, okay, I'm gonna use it now then. But yeah. But it was fun, like we had fun. It was kind of funny because like I kind of like forgot that we didn't have a DM, or GM I should say. So so I like kind of like read the rules, but I hadn't actually read the story, and I hadn't really like prepped to be a DM. So I was kind of like thrown in the deep end, and kind of like had to think on the fly sometimes, like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Oh no, they're going off the rails. What does the book say on this? Is there an option for this in the PDF? But yeah, it was kind of funny where I don't know if you've played it, but it was like a one shot where people were the group was walking into like some elves, like an elf camp, and then had to like cross the river just to go on to Redania, I think it was, or no, away from the Nilfgaardians. And so one of the players was human, and the elves don't like the humans. So one of the players was like, I'm gonna challenge the commander to a duel. And I was like, the commander is not gonna agree to duel you when she has like 5 archers sitting on top of her gates. And can shoot you down. Like, they're rogues, they're not honorable people, She was like, no, but I'm just gonna challenge you to a duel. And I was like, you can't. She doesn't agree. Anyway, so that was funny. I think like playing an RPG sometimes takes some getting used to. I mean, like a TTRPG takes some getting used to, because like you're so used to. I think none. I think there were no Witchers in the party, or like one. But anyway, yeah, for like with a game, like you're so used to just a game. Like if you want to pick up, I think I said it last time. Like if you want to pick up an object, like a box, and you're not allowed to, then you just can't. And in a video game, you'll just like accept that for what it is. Like, oh, okay, I can't pick up this box, and that's like a limitation. But then in a TTRPG, you're like, oh, I can do everything. And then it feels really weird when the GM says, nope, you can't, like, they won't comply. But yeah, it was like pretty short. For like an actual campaign, I think I would have recommended someone to like be a Witcher, but I think they had just the one or none. Can't even remember. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can totally imagine. Like, especially with like monsters, when they have, I think resist. I think the drowners have like resistance to everything. So like any damage that they did was like halved if they did damage because they were also, I think, like pretty dexterous or something. So it was pretty hard to hit them as well. Anyway, my computer is yelling at me, so I'm gonna go and take a break for a couple minutes and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Anyway, we had fun with the Witcher thing, but I think we'd like to try Pathfinder or D&D with like a simpler combat system, especially for us like TTRPG noobs. Oh, really? So do you guys also in Roll20? Do you also like get like a pop up? Because that's what I find like very different from like playing Baldur's Gate, where it does like a lot of the effects and stuff automatically for you, whereas like if you're playing in real life, you need to remember like, oh yeah, if I do this, then they need to like roll for poison as well. Or I have like advantage on rolling to cure from poison or whatever, And that's what I find like pretty easy from Baldur's Gate, where it's like, you get to choose a magic effect. I'm like, what? Okay. I don't know why, but okay, thank you, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. So you do get like some form of guided thing. Though you have to think of the penalties and bonuses yourself, I guess. It doesn't like auto add them from your stats? Like, does it know that you do like regular damage with a steel sword if you have like a steel sword equipped? Oh, but you can also, I guess you have to choose. Because you can also use your steel sword. Right. Yeah, okay, so that kind of stuff you'd have to keep track of yourself. I get it. Yeah, how did that go again? So you... Oh, right, because you have to know, like, how much armor you have left, and then that reduces the damage that you actually do. And then if you have no armor left, then that breaks. So does it, like... If your armor breaks, do you just have to remember to not subtract your armor anymore? Or do you just say, like, armor broke? Do not count this anymore. Right, and it does. Oh, it's only reduced by 1? I'm not sure if we did that right. No, we probably did that right. I can't remember. Now, and I think like we did reduced. We did reduce like the armor for people that got hit, but I think no, that's not possible. No, never mind. I was like doing like some weird brain fart where I was thinking like any excess damage would also be subtracted from the armor, but then you would never do any damage to the character, so that doesn't make sense. Like, never mind. I think we just subtracted 1. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking if you have 20 armor and an attack does 22 damage, that you'd take 2 points off of your armor, but then you'd be taking like yeah, exactly. Your example, I was thinking like your armor takes like 5 damage, but then where would the damage for the character go, or would you do double it? Like, that makes no sense. So that's why I was like, nope, we probably did it correctly. Yeah, what didn't make sense to me was like the difference between a strong attack and a quick attack with like a longbow, because I think there was like no difference. So I was like, what's the point? Like for melee attacks, it made sense. I think for crossbows too, but then for longbows, I think there was no difference or something, because you couldn't do. No, for if you had like, I don't know, 2 daggers or something, you'd be able to do like 2 attacks with a quick attack, but then if you have a longbow, you wouldn't be able to do 2 attacks, so why do a quick attack anyway? I don't know. I can't remember. Ah, there we go. Yeah, we had no option for an elf in like the pre-made characters that we had. Which we used because we were like, I think we got there at like 1, And then we spent 2 hours just like going through the rules. Because they'd been so swamped in work, like the friends we were playing with, that they hadn't even had time to like go through the rules and stuff. So we were just like spending 2 hours going through the rules with them. Which was a nice refresher for us, to be honest, because it's not like we were experts on the matter anyway. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I think, we only like downloaded like the free teaser thing. I don't think character creation was even an option in there. We could have maybe filled in our own character sheets, but I don't think we even like got all the features and stuff on our sheet. Three minutes versus an hour. Jeez. Good thing we kind of went into that blindly, to be honest, because if I had known, then I don't know if I would have like actually opted to ever suggested to them to play The Witcher if I'd known like how complicated it was. Oh, okay. So we did go through a life path thing, but it was only about like parents, and I don't think it gave us bonuses and penalties. It just gave us like a bit of a backstory. Like the one was a snob, and the other one was like a peasant, and that kind of stuff. Addicted to drugs, right of character creation. Yeah, it was definitely the light version of the game, I think. No. Wrong layer. That's okay. Not so bad. I am so glad to be done with the previous scene. Though after I finish inking this page, then I'll go back to flatting that scene, but Yeah, the same with all the people. Like, you know where commissioners sometimes like offer discounts on multiple characters in one scene? I don't get it. Just because, you know, like, if anything, drawing more characters in a scene just linearly, if not exponentially, increases the time I need to spend on something. But I'm done with this page now, which is, you know, case in point, it took me 2 hours to ink this instead of 2 afternoons. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's how it's, I guess it makes more sense for like a you know, like production stuff, like a subscription thing for, I don't know, new razors every month. Like, it's cheaper to keep someone as a client than to try and attract a new one. Like, attracting a new client, I think, costs like twice or 3 times as much as like keeping someone. Which is why companies are, you know, willing to invest in keeping someone on as a client. But honestly, the time I spend talking to someone is negligible compared to the actual work that I need to do. So I do not spend 20, like, people give like a 20% discount on like an extra character, or even a 50% discount, where they say like, oh, this character is like, usually it's like the lower cost commissions, right? Where they say like, oh, I'll do one character for like $50 and then do the second character for $25. And like, you're not spending $25 worth on talking to that person in terms of like, you know, like explaining the commission to them or doing like invoices or whatever. Yeah, so yes, customer acquisition is extremely expensive. I feel like in the business of like commissions and like drawing an extra person like fully rendered and stuff is, I want to say like 8 to 10 extra hours of work for me. It's not going to be cut down by 2 hours just because I'm doing it for the same person. There's 2 time savings, or there's no time savings. I mean, sometimes there's like time savings in the sense that like I've sometimes said like, okay, you can add an extra character as like a background character, but that means like I'm gonna spend less time rendering them out, which would cut down on like, you know, the actual hours that I spend on doing the thing. But yeah, like I said, I cannot afford to give people like a 20% discount or whatever, just because I do not spend that much time talking to them. Comparatively, I do like talking to my clients, and it's not like I do not want to. You know, it's not like I don't communicate and don't talk to them at all, but. Yeah, you get my point. Otherwise, I'm just rambling. All right, time for some flats. For a little while still. But first, I need to create new set. Yams A1S4. Okay. I'm going to be color picking for a little while again. Let's see. You guys get to see some concept art. Whoa, some really tiny concept art. Don't know if I showed this before, but that's like concept art from, I think, 2016 or something for these kids. Has it been? Yeah. It has been almost a year, because I've been streaming almost a year. Wow. So you're really like, you've been to a lot of streams then, Rick. Holy moly. Thanks for being part of that journey. The thing is, I haven't given these kids names. I think I'll just call them by their shape. Call like one short square, one long square, one is a circle. Hey, Adam. You are just in time to watch me do some color picking. No, that's Moose's thing. I know, right? Super exciting. I'm good. So I just finished up like a batch of 5 pages with inks and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So now I get to like flat the whole thing. Pretty busy too with like, that's why I had to like skip last week's stream, because I've been like, thankfully, very busy with commission work, so I haven't really had the extra time to I'm just getting more rows. One more name. I haven't actually had the time to, you know, do the pencils that I needed to actually continue inking. Things picking up, like, I think October, November are historically like the busiest months for me anyway. Like, somehow everything piles up in like October, November, especially in November. It's like full pull usually. So, you know, January, February onwards until September might be dead again. I don't know. I'm hoping that would happen, obviously. Especially with like the client that I'm working for now that I can't talk about because it's like, I actually signed an NDA this time, but it's a really cool client and I hope it does something for me. And I'm really excited. Are people like actually picking up on it? Do they actually want to book slots with you already in January? That's good. Congrats. Can't be ours. Well, I mean, I did get I've gotten most of my inquiries from Reddit and like actually the fantasy artist sub, I wanted to say. I also post in other subs, but it seems to me like most people actually come from the fantasy artist sub. Oh, really? Well, then you're doing better than me. Oh, you mean like you hit them, you post in 5 to 10 subs. Herb. Sorry, I meant like, I thought subs as in like people actually starting to follow you. Can I get... So what? Wait, but what have you changed? Like, have you started like streaming more, or have you like actually changed the things that you're doing on Twitch? Wait, but what? So you're well. I mean, okay. Well, yeah, at least you caught it like beforehand, before announcing it. I hope. Your mind feels like such a chaos to me. Oh. I'm streaming. Nope, I'm not. Joking. Psych. Wait, but so how is like the affiliate thing like building up for you? Because I don't really notice that much of a difference, honestly, aside from like having a couple features and people having to deal with ads. Oh, really? Congrats. I mean, I'm glad it is. I do not have the mental capacity to, like, I don't even have the mental capacity to be, like, remotely active on social media and Discord and stuff right now, so kudos to you for keeping that up. Well, I mean, I'm glad it's doing well for you. That's better. I'm giving very respectful names to these characters. Of course. It's a huge, like, time investment. Is there anything, though, where you feel like it was very different to have you done anything differently from apart from like showing up? Have you like done actual? Do you feel like you've had to do like actual marketing and be like more markety than you want it to be, basically, or not want it to be, but like usually are? So it's mostly just like showing up. Yeah, I feel the same way right now about my social media. I look through it and it's like, oh, it's just retweets and ads. Sorry, people. I try to repost like old art every once in a while, but I don't like have anything new that I can actually show. Oh, I do have one new thing, but I want to like sit down and write a nice post about it instead of just like throwing it online. And I just finished that when? This week. But that's the advice you mostly get, right? It's like, I was thinking about it this afternoon, I think, where I'm like, I feel like the path to success for most artists is like drawing fan art and just like being sociable. That's basically what it seems to take. Yeah, true. I do think. Really? Wait. So what? Were you like? Okay, that sounds accusatory. I don't mean it that way, but were you being disingenuous before? Like, how were you being different before? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Rick. Yeah, I think, like participating. Honestly, I think it's hard, and I think you're doing like a really good job from what I've seen in the Discord. Like, admittedly, I haven't checked in a couple weeks, but like from what I saw when I headed in there, you're doing like a good job with like being in touch with your community and what they want from you, and the kind of stuff that they find funny and stuff. So if you're in touch with that, then you're doing a good job. Well, sometimes you only just need a first impression, right? I'm sorry, dude. I've been so busy. Busy and tired. Like, I've been working, and then I've been doing the gouache course for, 5 weeks? Yeah, this is the 5th week, I think. I have feedback tonight. And, God, and oh yeah, and we have like we've been like doing presents and stuff for like the, not Thanksgiving, but like the local holiday that we have coming up here, and I need to like do arts and crafts for that and like make a poem, and I've been so tired that I've been like going to bed early the last couple of weeks, so. Yeah, the gouache course is fun. Hold on. Maybe I can show some. Where's my stuff? Hold on before I put all my stuff out on the internet accidentally. Dude. 5 a.m. I can't. I just can't. I haven't gone to bed at 5 a.m. for ages. Okay, so this is the last thing I did. It was pretty fun. Which is like a combination of like everything we've learned about like values and like working wet and doing gradients and stuff, which is pretty tough, and gouache, like layering and that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's been pretty cool. And I started with this. Hold on, let me show you my first piece. That was the very first, well, aside from like painting squares, this was the first piece I did. But then the assignment was like do everything like as flat as possible. And then we like started doing gradients and stuff, which takes some really quick hands, I guess. And now we're actually like, I could stream my painting, but it would be very stressful for me. I feel like I'm too new to gouache. And honestly, like, I could stream my painting, but I wouldn't be talking. Like, the reason I do like flats and inks and stuff for the comic and not the pencil and storyboarding stage is just because I need to like think too much to be able to talk. So, and like when I'm painting, I need to think so much just because I'm so used to, because I'm still like getting used to the medium, whether it's like oils or gouache. Like digital's, I can do portraits, but still, like even if I do like a full painting, then I'm like thinking about the composition and how I want to solve that, what the value structure should be, all that kind of stuff. And like if I have to do that and, you know, talk to you guys, which I like doing, but I can't do both at the same time. So that's why I haven't yet. I tried it once, I think. Were you there? I tried like streaming a Netherrealms painting once, and I was just like, it's okay, but I don't feel like I'm doing like actual good work while I'm streaming. So props to Adam, who actually does that stuff. And talks to people while he paints. That's so. You're so funny, Adam. That you like paint while talking to people on stream. Ha ha. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I get into a flow of things, then drawing does not work by any means, but wait, but so are you like happy with the paintings you do on stream? Are you like, oh yeah, I did some good work today? Was that a sarcastic sure? I'm not totally sure what that emoji means. Well, anyway. I mean, would you like describe yourself as an introvert or an extrovert, Adam? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I get that. Like most people are ambiverts. I think I am as well. But still, like, I really enjoy the streams, but I do like. Exactly. That's exactly my feeling as well. I think, I don't know, maybe like Adam, I feel like you have a bit more bandwidth than I do, maybe. Like I run out of social energy pretty fast. I think that's like what's holding me back from actually being super comfortable on stream and like having the energy to do it like multiple times a week and stuff. Do you feel like you're, I don't know, getting used to it? No, okay. So I have like a new thing where, the mic might sound like it cuts out, but I just put it on mute really quickly because I want to grab a bite to eat, but I'm super sensitive myself to like eating noises and like ASMR stuff. So I don't want to like confront any other people who might have the same with my eating noises. So I have like a quick button for the mute. But yeah, I mean, I'm guessing you won't, but I hope you don't burn yourself out then with like all the socializing that you're doing. Maybe I'm just like spread too thin already though. I don't know. I'm sure that if streaming were like my focus, then I could probably like keep it up, but not with everything else. How did you get past it last time? It's so funny though, like, in oh, okay, you didn't. So in Dutch, if you say you have like a burnout, or if you're burnt out, then it kind of means like you are not getting out of bed, you are not getting anything done, you are like sick, you are like diagnosed by a doctor, not fit to work, basically. And it was so confusing for me at first when I saw a lot of people use the word burnout on the internet, being like, oh yeah, I feel really burnt out. I was like, are you sure? Because that's really, really, really serious, you know? Like a lot of people here who get diagnosed with burnouts, like they're home for like, I don't know, a year or 2 years or something. Oh yeah, recharging on weekends does a lot. Yeah, having a kid like changed your life, I think, in like more ways than just like the time sink that they are. You know, fun as they can be, but I can't imagine that they change your life in also in like a social sense, in a priority sense, time sense, that kind of stuff. So Adam, like, do you ever do like commercial commissions with deadlines, or is it like mostly or only private commissions? Ah, okay. What's your portfolio again? Do you have a portfolio? Oh, there we go. I cannot imagine people not being interested in this. You know, my first thought was maybe he doesn't do like characters with backgrounds on it. But that's not it. That can't be it. That's so weird. This stuff is so good. I can imagine. Yeah. It's really interesting to see somebody else like go through your portfolio. Honestly, are you open to feedback? I'd choose a different cutout if you can. I'm not sure how Kara works, but I choose a different thumbnail for this one. I feel like the full image is way more interesting than the thumbnail that you're showing. Yeah, it looks really fun. It's also, I didn't click on this one just because I already know this one and I know that one. So I was like, oh, okay, I know those, but they did definitely like draw my eye. If this were flipped, like if this character were like over here and this over here, then it could like be a wraparound book cover. maybe it's like a matter of like getting on the radar with the right people. I can't imagine people not being happy to see this. Like commercial parties. I think this one is one of your strongest pieces in here in terms of like drawing attention and stuff. But yeah, so there was like someone who was like asking for like mentorship stuff, and I like asked them to like send me an email with like how they try to attract clients right now. And they said, I sent them an email, they never replied, and that just makes me think that they're not interested in me and that I should like never email them again, because if they're not, you know, replying to me now, why would they ever reply to me? Which, you know, made me go like, that's the mistake that a lot of people make, thinking like, oh, I sent them one email and they didn't reply, so they must hate me or something, you know? So it makes me wonder, Adam, if you've been like sending out quarterly emails with your new stuff to companies. Oh, okay. Good. So you're actually doing that. Maybe then it's just like a matter of like sending it to like the wrong companies. Because to be honest, I don't usually get like actual job offers. I've gotten a few job offers from like those emails that I've sent out. But the only replies that I've actually gotten were like, oh, we've got a job for you. And then it's like, I don't know, $300 for like a $10,000 piece or something, you know, that they want. So I don't think anything has actually come out of that, but I do know that I'm like on the radar of clients that I want them to know me, but I know that they think I'm not ready yet. But I am already like building up their trust. You know what I mean? Like I'm showing that I'm like consistently emailing them like every couple months, and you know, I'm like working on improving my stuff and that kind of stuff. So that's the value in it for me. How many people are you emailing right now? Is it like 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people? Yeah. I think I email about like 100 companies every 3 months. And 100. But I don't yes. I don't email them all like personally. I used to. Then I was like, this is taking too much time because it's taking me all day. And then so I started, that's what Lauren Panapinto said at one point, like your dream clients. So for me, that would be like tour, Orbit books, Titan books, clients that I've worked with before and had like a good relationship with. Those I email like personally. So I send them like a personal email, you know, from me. I type up something, and usually it's like somewhat of a template, but you know, ask how they are and that kind of stuff. And then a lot of other companies, I send out a newsletter, and I just have at the top like, this is a newsletter. I thought you'd be interested. If you don't want to hear from me again, just click and I'm gone, you know? And so it's also like very easy for people to say like, I do not want to hear from you again, which some have, a lot of them haven't. So that's also like kind of like a silent approval for me. Like, okay, I can apparently email them again. Aha, the newsletter, there it comes again. Yes, there used to be a like an email list. But they took like a lot of ADs, actually they took it offline because a lot of people were like sending their kids books to like Tor and Orbit, where they were like, guys, this makes that you have not researched who you're sending your artwork to. So yeah, they took it offline, and now it's mostly, you know, it's about networking again, like with everything. You have to like ask around, maybe like try to, you know, talk to them online, and then if you're friendly enough, you can say like, hey, can I send you an email with my work? What's your email or whatever? Or you ask your friends like, hey, do you have like the email of this and this art director? Or sometimes, you know, a lot of the companies, like if you've ever worked with a company and gotten an email address from them, you know there's a certain template that a lot of companies use to make their email addresses. And once you know somebody's name and the company they work at, then it's usually like pretty easy to figure out what their actual email would be. And then it's just a matter of like sending the email and see if it bounces. Maybe. Yeah. You gotta get creative. But yeah, that's I think emailing 10 companies is fine. But there are many more. There's a very small chance that those 10 companies are going to be interested in what you like. What I think Antagonist said it right. Like they appreciate the follow-up email because they need to be reminded at the right time that your work exists. Like at the time where they're looking for your type of work, they need to see that email come into their inbox. And then you need to be like, oh, I can show this to my editors. So yeah. That's what I was looking for. Anyway, I have a feedback session soon, and I need to have dinner before that, so I'm going to head off. And continue this next time. You're welcome. Honestly, I just love talking about that stuff, so you're very welcome. I hope it helped, instead of like just frustrating you. Okay, good. That's true, but have you ever heard of Blues? No, God, Adam. Which one is Moose always talking about? Blue Sky? No. Wild Blue Studios. Thank you. And they have way more know-how than I do, and they do it for free. So I'm not sure if anybody's gonna pay for mine on Twitch, but maybe if people are interested, I don't know, in my specific line of work or my specific line of feedback. Anyway, I'm gonna go have dinner. So, guys, thank you for joining. And I think there's nothing preventing me from being here next week. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you guys who are going to celebrate it.